Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Gifted Since 92. Give you guys the latest in content on new music, news, etc. Music from your favorite artists, music from your favorite new artists, and all that good stuff. This episode is going to be a special one. I wanted to do this episode for a long time, for a while. It's about 106 in Park, Top 10 Live, and I want to talk about my thoughts and opinions of, I think we need to see 106 in Park again back on our television screens, especially in R&B and hip hop, and to support our talented black artists, period. Because 106 in Park, it got canceled a couple years ago, and I just think that it really wasn't fair for this show to be canceled the way how it was, because I think that the show itself is a part of our history and culture and music, and especially in black music. So I grew up with 106 in Park ever since I was a little girl. It would come on every day, the weekdays, Monday through Friday. At 6 o'clock, I would watch like my favorite artists perform on the stage, have interviews, talk about their upcoming new music, their projects, and their music careers. The fans get to have a one-on-one, the fan experience, get to talk to their favorite artists. Just good times, good memories, back down memory lane. And really for it to just not be on our screens anymore, and especially with like now the lack of resources for these new artists now, upcoming new artists, even the artists that have maintained longevity. 106 in Park, it shouldn't have got canceled. I think 106 in Park can come back to the forefront, but here's my thing: it has to be done right. We already know like the host and hostess. The first host and hostess, AJ and Free. And then we had Big Tigger and Julissa, and we had Terrence and Roxy. And then we had like Bow Wow and some other people coming in. So they were trying, like I said, still keep the ball going. But as time went on, 106 in Park started to lose viewers, and then people, I guess maybe during that time, the reason why I got canceled because it was a new shift direction of like entertainment, and I understand that, but I think that it can be brought back to the table. We need 106 in Park. We need like music outlets to promote these upcoming new artists, because I see a lot of talent. And I preach this because this is what I see every day. This is what people are listening to, the current, music. I'm hip to like the new artists, and even though, like I said, I think that it can come back, I just need things to be done right as far as like the production, the behind the scenes, and even the people at BET. BET, it would be nice for this show to return, because really now all I see is the same movies on BET, reality shows, and a lot of that stuff too. But the music, BET was really heavily promoting the music. They were really promoting like these artists that changed the game in music, period. We got more music outlets, like the exclusive backstage passes. Like we had like the access granted, the behind the scenes making the video to our favorite hit songs, our favorite songs that we still listen to now today. And Rap City, Spring Bling, everything, and I think that once 106 in Park was still holding on by the strand of hair, people still, like I said, were requesting their favorite music videos on the countdown. You got to see who made it to number one. We got to see who had the longest videos for weeks. So it was really cool, like just to see more of like I would say people really cared about the music. And now I see what's on social media. I try not to engage into any trolls and shenanigans, because like I said, I don't really think it's fair for these artists. They put in so much work. They have the work ethic, the drive, and talent. They just need the really good resources for people to buy their music, to even support them. And I think that even for 106 in Park, I think that we really, really have missed out a lot on like for it being canceled. We just missed out like the moments of like the fans interacting with like their favorite artists. Now I've seen some things that even, let's get back to that, as far as communication with the fans. They say they want to see more interaction with their favorite artists on social media, on Twitter, Instagram, and all that. That stuff is good, but I think the best way is to bring back television music outlets such as 106 in Park, because that way the fans can really take the time and put their effort and do their part in just watching a television show that promote their artists. It's no different from TRL. TRL has been come back to the forefront, so I need 1/6 and Park to do the same thing. I don't see why it shouldn't, because that was really a part of my childhood growing up with my favorite artists. I was so excited, looking forward to like the music, the interviews, the performances, the stage presence, and people really got to see these artists not just on social media, but on a platform such as 1/6 and Park, just like any other music outlets, like to promote their music. If BET does not bring 1/6 and Park, they can be inspired by 1/6 and Park, be influenced by that, and do a new like music platform. It doesn't have to be 1/6 and Park, because I understand 1/6 and Park, it had a long run. I mean, it had a long run while it lasted, but I would love to see another music outlet to promote these talented people now, because what I'm really concerned is, as much as I preach this, I say fans. You're a fan of your favorite artist, go buy the CD, go buy the albums, go buy the ticket, go see them in concert. If you ain't able to see them in concert, fine, but especially you say you love their music, you need to buy the album, because it's important for music lovers, especially fans, especially with me. Like, I'm used to buying CDs. I don't mind paying for a CD, because that's just part of me being a music fan and to connect with my favorite artists. And I've been buying their music ever since. So I got some artists, I have all their albums in my CD collection, and I'm satisfied. But for these fans nowadays, this is a new crop of generation of fans. They're so reliable on, like, they're relying on like the social media, to interact with their favorite artists. But my thing is, it's cool and all handy dandy, but you got to know and realize you have to respect these people. They put in so much sacrifice and hard work and dedication to their art. And even the fans, they complain about, well, the favorite artists, they're losing fans because they're not really connecting with their fans as much. They're not really using their platform and social media a lot to stay consistent. But my thing is, that's cool and all, but you got to respect that these people got to work. These people, they got time. They got to have a time to connect with the fans, and they got to have time to go in the studio, do some music, get creative. That's why I've always been here for the art and the creative process. I've always been here for like the process, not just the finished product, because for me the finished product comes last. It's a part of the process. It's a part of, like, okay, just like you cooking a meal, you're not going to get the end result right here and there. It's a way how to create something, create a dish. So it's like a cooking, you're cooking something, you're in the process of making something, and you put ideas, and you're making, like, you want to make a good meal. That's what I get very just my main focus is, like, I get very I would say passionate, of course, but I'm very aware of, like, marketing, media, strategy, get these artists on, like, certain platforms for them to promote their music. So for these fans to say, well, these artists are going to lose fans regardless, at the end of the day, it's a different ball game. But really, it's like 50-50. They can, even these artists, they promote themselves and even have a platform. But for these fans that say, I'm a fan of this artist, and they say, I do buy this music, and I do buy their music, but it's just only a good amount of us. It's like it takes a village to raise a child. That's what I look at it in my perspective as a fan, because those same fans on social media, they'll say, oh, I'll buy the music. Some of them do. Don't get twisted. They do go out and buy the CDs, stream, and all that. But the rest of them, it's like, where are they at? And it does show, and it does, like I said, the results are in with album sales, because nowadays people are not selling as much. They're not making big numbers unless, they're like a popular artist, or they're like more like that mainstream level, which is fine too. But when I was little, people would be lining up going to the stores. People were so excited to get the CD from their favorite artist. People were so excited going 1/6 apart. I never got the opportunity to go 1/6 apart, but it would be so cool for this generation to see something like a 1/6 and Park, for a music outlet to promote these artists, these upcoming, like, people making music. And I think this is why really it needs to happen, because I think if it don't happen, it will be, like I said, just really, I think it will be, it's kind of like, TRL is back, so why not 1/6 apart? I would really want for people to see and check out my video and see what do they think about it. What do they think about a 1/6 and Park returning, or a new music outlet, a show, a TV show for people to come and participate, the countdown, the interviews, the backstage passes with these artists that they love, and the host and hostess. Now, if they decide to do this, which I would love for them to do, but in the future, if they decide to do this, they can look back at this video, maybe take some pointers, I don't know, take some notes, I don't know, but this is my critique. So this is constructive criticism. If they decide, BET decide for, to put money, invest into a new music outlet, to a platform to promote artists and all that stuff, it's like, okay, cool. What they need to do, they need to go back down memory lane, Minnie Riperton style. They need to go back. They need to look at Don Cornelius. They need to take inspiration from other Soul Train Award hosts. They need to take inspiration from AJ and Free, Big Tigger, and Jaleesa, Terrence and Roxy, and even Bow Wow and all the rest of them. But they need to take inspiration pretty much, for me, I would say, Don Cornelius, of course, he's an OG, rest his soul, rest in peace Don Cornelius, because he did the whole entire Soul Train thing, the whole music outlet, like he started this ish too, promoting artists during his generation, during his era in the 70s, R&B music, soul music and all that great stuff. AJ and Free, and I would say Big Tigger and Jaleesa and Terrence and Roxy, because to have a host and hostess, they have to bring personality, they have to bring excitement, they have to bring like that, they know knowledge of like music and culture, and bring people together as a whole. That's what I saw on 116 Park. I saw how like interaction, like how AJ and Free would engage with the audience and the crowd, and it was really comfortable, laid back, chill, a lot of free spirit, of fun, just the excitement, thrill of music. And Big Tigger and Jaleesa, they did the same thing, and Terrence and Roxy. So they need to do auditions like they did before. They need to find, it can be somebody, I don't know, maybe on YouTube, because I know people have got a lot of talent on YouTube. They can just search, YouTube, have auditions, even Instagram. You got people like, maybe like are in like the comedy, talk shows, talent, speakers, like it can be in that field. And also, since a lot of people using that Instagram, a lot of that Twitter, social media, they can try to scout and find auditions for people, a host and a hostess, to get the ball going. If they ever decide to bring back a music outlet, a music television show to promote music and culture for black artists and black entertainment, period. So I like to, I really do like that, even in this day and age, even for like, I think some people can bring back, even some people in particular who are already in the music business too, or have like did like, entertainment and stuff like that. I think really to even also connect with the audience, it has to be people that are young, like in their 20s. I'm not saying like kind of like middle range, like as far as age, because this generation, they're like in their teens, and like they're coming to like adulthood, but like in their teens, and even little kids too, so a variety. But I would think it would be like maybe the age gap would be like 20 something years old, a lot of the 20 something years old and all that. So I think that it could be the middle. I would say the age range should be like in 20s, middle 20s, and maybe early 30s. Not too old, but somewhere in the shift current, they can connect with this audience now. And I also think that even by them doing that, this would be a great start to jumpstart other people's careers, because I know people that are into like the music, reporting news and reporting like the current of music. There are a lot of people who are capable of doing that. There are a variety of people that can do that. They could, be, chosen to do like a music television show, like a 116 Park, and bring audience members, to like together. They go and support these artists and the music and culture. So I would love to see that. I would really like to see it. My other constructive criticism, please make sure, bring these artists that are making music now, if it ever happened, like I said, these, okay, for example, the artists that are really doing their thing now, I want them to have longevity. But I could see like Ella May. I could see her. I could see SZA. I could see Tinashe. Tinashe already been there on 1/6 apart before it got canceled. Tinashe was on 1/6 apart before. Normani, Khalid, Bryson Tiller. Who else? There's a lot of good people. Danny Lay. There's a whole bunch. I hope I'm not. Oh, Daniel Caesar. Well, if he would still rock with him, I know he said some things. But I'm just giving examples, like people like having that longevity, like they could, promote themselves. I could see them really do the same thing as like the previous generations of like their older peers have come on 1/6 apart to promote their music. Oh, June's Diary. I can see June's Diary being up on there because June's Diary, they are an R&B girl group. They're coming to the music game, so they're still doing their thing. I'm a huge June's Diary fan. Some other people too. Yeah, so this is just an example of like the people that I think would be great. People like come on this show, showcase their talent. But like I said, it has to happen first. But I think that what I do like about the show itself, I think that it was very people really was like so excited for music. And then not only that, it was like I could connect with the people too. I could connect with the audience members and all that. And then there were good moments and there were bad moments. We had our ups and downs, roller coasters, especially like our favorite musicians that had to leave the earth. Like I remember the King of Pop, the only one, Michael Jackson, when he had to go. Terrence and Roxy, when they broke the news, everybody was crying. It was a mixture of everybody was crying. Everybody was in disbelief. Some people didn't want to believe it. Some people were in shock. And Michael Jackson fans, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fans, we were like going batshit crazy. When Michael had to go, it just changed everything. Like, people really grew up with Michael. We grew up with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is one of the greatest entertainers of all time, period. He changed the shift in music, R&B, pop, rock, all his music. He really was a humanitarian. He talked about things that were going on in his personal life and everything else. And the thing as a Michael Jackson fan is kind of like, bittersweet. I'd be like, even though when people try to come at him and try to slander him, I'll be like, what, this man is in a better place. His music will always outlast throughout generations. People will always love him for his music. And he touched a lot of people's lives and hearts. That's why Michael Jackson fans, we be going in for the kill. You fuck with MJ, you fucking with us. But anyway, that's a different story. Michael, when he had to go, it was like, okay, that's not good, but that's just how, that's how it's so impactful for like people to like really watch, just to watch the entire, audience. Like, yeah, we connect this man. This man connected with us through his music. So that was great. So that's an example. But yeah, I think that 1/6 Park can come back, or another music outlet that can come back and just slay. Because I really am really bored with this music thing, and I know I got other things to do, but I just want to touch on that. I just want to say that, this is what I'm saying right now, because now fans, all they rely on now, they rely on the social media, Instagram, Twitter, other social media outlets to promote their music, to promote the artists and their music. And I think that for a show like 1/6 Park, which was a great, show in my opinion, to even promote music artists and to like promote people that they cared about culture, they wanted to grow and expand. So yeah, guys, that's all I have to say about that for right now. But yeah, that's just something I just want to make this video out the way, take my time, just let you guys know, like, what do you guys think? Do you guys really think it's time for us to, like, have a new music outlet, like have a new music show now, or can we wait for a couple years a couple years down the road? Do can we just, do you guys think that, it can happen again? I think it can happen again because I believe it, so I've always have said, you know what, hey, you believe in something, it's a vision, go for it. So like I said, I think people in BT, they're really serious about this. They need to do it right, and they can just do like a pilot, like a TV, like a TV pilot. Like they could do like a sample. No, not a sample. It's kind of like a sample. It's like a test, to see, to get the host and hostess and bring the show together and the audience to see how it goes. But yeah, if TRL came back, I need 1/6 part to come back. Okay. If TRL is able to come back, 1/6 part can come back. Okay, period. So yeah, guys, what do you guys think? What are suggestions? What are ideas? Because like I said, that's all I can come up with right now. But is anything that I'm missing, let me know. Don't be afraid to voice your opinions. It's a free channel on here. I want to get to know how you guys think and connect with my subscribers and my audience as well. So what do you guys think? Do you want 1/6 part to come back again, or do you think that you want something like 1/6 part to come back again, but you want a new what they call it, a new television show? So that's all there is to it. So yeah, guys, so like, comment, share, and subscribe down below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and as you go do things, as always, stay tuned on the next episode of Gifted Since 92 Dragon Ball Z narrative reference. Peace. Bye bye.